Hi guys! So today I'm going to do a YouTube made me buy it / review / demo / all day wear test of the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer 2-in-1. The reason that I bought this to begin with, like I said, YouTube made me buy it because Candy Johnson, the amazing, unbelievable, beautiful, amazing Candy Johnson, she has been raving about it for the last couple of months. And so I just wanted to try it. And what I'm gonna do today is do an application. You will see this bare blotchy face turn into something completely different, hopefully. So by the end of the day, then we'll see how it wore throughout the day, etc., etc. So quickly, just to tell you what this claims to do and be, I went on to the Clinique website just to see exactly what it says. So first of all, it says it works for all skin types. Now, just so you know what kind of skin type I have, it is oily, especially in the T-zone, but also kind of here as well. I don't have terribly large pores, but I do have a lot of oil production, and I don't really have any dry patches anywhere or too much redness. I get a little bit of redness here, and I do have a little bit of spider veininess here. So that's what I like to kind of even out. Okay, so what it says is a foundation and concealer in one for a natural, beyond perfected look that lasts all day. Lightweight, moisturizing makeup covers thoroughly without clogging pores. Skin breathes comfortably. Color stays true even through sweat and humidity. It's going to be kind of tough to test the sweat and humidity part being winter, but that's for another day. Due to the rich pigment level that enhances this flawless coverage makeup, shades may appear deeper when first applied. I thought that was very interesting. So what it's saying is that it might look like it's not the right shade match when it first goes on, but once blended completely and allowed to dry, Beyond Perfecting makeup will melt into your skin for a beyond perfected, flawless look. And don't we all want to be flawless? It does say a little goes a long way, so I need to keep that in mind when I am applying it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use this Real Technique sponge, very similar to a beauty blender, although I prefer this one over a beauty blender, on half of my face, and then a foundation brush on the other half of my face, just so we can see if there's any difference in application. I am going to use this as I would normally use a foundation. So I'm just going to use this Pores No More Dr. Brandt primer. So it's not like an ultra mattifying or something like that. It's just a regular primer. And then I'm going to use my MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in medium. It's just, you know, a very lightly pigmented, not very much at all, powder to set it. The other thing that I always use as well on my dark circles is Benefit Erase Paste. So that's gonna be there too. So again, I'm just going to use it how I normally would use a foundation. The one thing about this, okay, the concealer part of this is on the box. It says, for complete coverage, dot on all over face and blend. Use the unique applicator to spot conceal. So that is kind of telling me that the concealer part is actually intended for concealer on the face and not like as an under eye brightening concealer. Although I am going to use it that way today. So this is what the box looks like. You know, similar to all of their packaging. This was 34 Canadian dollars. I got it from Sephora, although this is available, I think, anywhere Clinique is sold. I got the shade One Linen. Is that right? One Linen, yeah. I did get this in the store, so I was able to see the shade. You know, I was able to swatch the shade. And this is what they're talking about when they say the unique applicator. So it's almost like a humongous concealer brush. It is large. It is like the size of the bottle. On this side of my face with the Real Techniques sponge. And remember, this said a little goes a long way. So we're just going to start with a little bit, and then if I feel like I need to build it up, I will. You guys think that's enough? Hopefully that's enough. Let's start blending. much closer look, that you guys saw how much I put on. I feel like that is very, very sheer application and coverage. Like that, it says a little goes a long way, but I don't feel like that looks like very much coverage at all. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. Feel like it's all that great coverage. So let's do this side with the brush and see if there's any difference at all, and then we will do the spot concealing after that. Look, I did like the application better with a brush. This is just a Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. Okay, in terms of the texture, it is nice. It's not really thick, it's not really moussey. It has kind of like a lotiony or gel type feeling to it, which I like. I think the color match is pretty good. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna do a little bit of a spot concealing. So here and here, where those spidery veins kind of are sticking out a little bit, there's still a teensy bit of redness right here. I don't wanna overdo it though. And I did have one little blemish here, which is mostly covered, so I'm just gonna do a tiny bit there. And then we'll just do a little bit around the eyes, not too much. I'm not gonna do like a huge V because again, this is not like, it doesn't purport to be a brightening concealer, so I don't wanna be doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to finish with this beauty blender and so I put on the rest of my makeup, and let's just take another kind of look at this. I do think the finish is actually quite nice, especially on camera. If you do stuff on camera, I think it's coming off really good. I mean, I'll have to see when it plays back, but just in the viewfinder, I think it looks really good. Looking in my mirror is not quite as flawless looking, but it still, I think, is really good. I think it's a good shade match. And I think its claims of like taking a minute to settle are kind of true. I am liking it a bit more now than I did a minute ago before I put on all my makeup. It's been about 10 minutes. So yeah, so far I like it. I like it quite a bit, and we will see at the end of about 8 hours. Right now, it's kind of getting late in the day, to be honest with you. I started a bit late today. It is 1:29. I don't know if you could see that. It's 1:29 in the afternoon. We'll probably check in around 9:30. All right, so I'll see you soon. Hi guys, so it's 10:24 p.m. and let's look at the foundation. So I was just looking at it a little bit closely before I turn the camera on, and what I've noticed here is that most of it has kind of worn away in my oily areas. So down here, a little bit here, and yeah, you can see like this blemish here is completely visible. The one area where it's really worn away a lot is where I used it as concealer under my eyes. So in here and in here, it's like almost gone. Other than that, I really like the way it wore throughout the day. So what has it been? It's been 8 hours, so I would not consider this like a full all day wear foundation. It definitely well, at least if you're oily like me. Maybe if you're more normal to dry, it would last a little bit longer. But I mean, on the other areas of my face, it's lasted fine. I did have to blot quite a bit of oil a little bit earlier today. So it's definitely not like made for oily people in terms of being mattifying or anything like that. But I do really like the finish. I think it looks really natural. I think the color match is really, really good for me. And the thing that it said about melting into your skin after, you know, a few minutes after you put it on, I thought was very, very true. And it really wore like close to skin pretty much all day long, and I really liked it. So I would not recommend this for a foundation where you need to be out of the house like for hours and hours and hours out of the day, but maybe like when you're going out at night, or if you're like me and you work from home and you don't need it, like you don't work in an office for 8 hours and then have a commute and all that kind of stuff. So unless you are willing to touch up a few areas throughout the day. So I really overall do like this foundation. I, as a first impression, would recommend it. I mean, obviously I'm going to be continuing to use it and continuing to develop my thoughts on it, but overall I do like the way it looks. All right, let's see you guys later. Bye.